for the kicks and the punches. Proper technique. So we start off with the first 10 kicks, right? So we'll have Angie go first.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I think my biggest issue is I always end up putting my weight here. And I've been trying to figure out recently how to put more of my weight here. And I don't know if it's from like the way my body's positioned.
For all the kicks?
Yeah, in general. Anytime I ever kick, I always end up like leaning towards the outside of my foot. I don't know if that.
Let's say if you had your right leg forward, you're talking about the right foot or the left foot?
If I have my right leg forward and I'm kicking, I naturally start tilting this way.
With the left leg, right?
Mm-hmm. And then the same goes here. I naturally end up start tilting.
I don't know if it's the shoe, or maybe try it with barefoot and see how it feels, if there's any difference. But definitely when you kick, like depending which kick you're doing, if you're doing the front kick, then it should be facing this way and it should be just, like if you stand on one leg, it should be ground. So basically, don't rock your weight like forward or back. Just like if I'm standing here and I bring it up, like try to get most of the leg or the foot like evenly distributed the weight. But if you start rocking like this and all that stuff, then you'll see where the weight's transferring. But it should be pretty solid for the front kick. But the other kicks some other kicks are different. If you do a side kick, then the foot is going to be moving like that.
Right.
So that rear foot.
Yeah, this one seems fine, and then when I turn.
Yeah, when you turn, like the heel should be out more. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
You understand? Like depending on the side kick, the hook kick, all that. So first we're starting with the front kick. So
Yeah, it could be the shoes.
Don't move that back foot when you kick, and then after that, do a jab, and then have your left hand up. So. Alright, that's 5 next. Alright. So this time to try to like actually hit pretty hard. Good.
Yeah, take my shoes off, helps me feel the ground a little
bit. Do the left side. Guard your face when you punch. Breathe out. Next. Don't step when you kick. Guard your face when you punch. Guard your face when you punch. Like you keep dropping your hand. This hand right there, have it higher up. There you go. Next. Alright, the next kick is a harder kick. It's a lot harder. It's the what? The jump and hook kick, right? Or we could do something else. Let's do the hook kick. This one. So that back foot, try to point the heel more out towards me more. Yeah, when you kick. Like this, when you kick,
okay.
Point the heel towards me more. Like basically, don't have it straight when you do it. Have the heel out more.
Yeah, I'm not even thinking
Yeah.
about my back leg when I kick.
Yeah. So have the heel out more when you kick.
I feel that.
Next. There you go, good. Take your time when you kick, Ash. Like basically, like it's okay to kick fast and hard, but like in between each kick. So make sure that you're working on good technique. All right. So when you start off, don't have it so close your feet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like you should be like here, and then it goes from there. But you kind of go like this too much.
Okay.
You know. So basically, give like at least around a foot in between your feet.
Yeah, I think I'm not grounding myself first.
Yeah. Still have the power of that punch, like basically like you did before. Yeah, there you go, like that, good. Breathe out a little bit with the kick and the punch, and then also let this hand come out. Like don't kick like this, but let that right hand kind of be more naturally, like leave it out there more. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, just like that. Other side. Get further back, you're a little too close. Next. Breathe out. Charge your face when you punch. Next. You gotta turn your, like, especially for that third one, like, turn your hip a little bit more on the kick. Okay, so basically, the beginners will typically try to do a hook kick as if they're doing a front kick. So what ends up happening, they'll kick like this.
Right.
See the problem with that?
Yes.
You have to like turn this out and turn that heel this way. But sometimes, like I said, they take time in between each kick, because the first two looked pretty good, but then the third one, it starts to go like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you have to like make sure that it's going boom, and then reset.
Mm-hmm.
You see, like I'm kind of on my ball on my foot,
Right.
and I'm going like that, so then when I transition, it's really easy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was saying, like before, when you do the front kick, it's more planted.
Right.
But when you're doing like a hook kick, more of the weight is going to be actually in the ball of the foot. You can actually almost raise up on the heel almost as you
Okay.
kick. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be like this, and then the transition is this in the rear. You
Okay.
see that? So it's like this, like that. Yeah. Okay? So you have to make sure you turn up, because if you don't, then the kick's going to look more like this.
Right. Yeah. And
You know
then
what I'm
that's
saying?
when I start leaning.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So when you do the hook kick, you're
Right.
turning here, then the hips are kind of opening up, and then that makes the kick like that.
And then my weight's going. Okay.
Yeah. Okay? So I think the right was good, but your left needs work.
Okay.
And just kind of, like I said, do an explosive kick and an explosive punch, but after that, just reset yourself first and then do it again.
Okay.
So it gives me time to kind of get ready as I hold the mitts too, because if I'm not ready, then it's not going to,
Yeah, just like-
you're not going to get a good hit in, because I'm not holding it correctly, right?
Right.
So just give me some time to kind of position the mitts before you actually hit.
Okay.
You see how like that sound?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we want. Like we have to work with each other. Like give
I'm
me
going
time.
in.
Like give me time
Uh-huh.
to get ready. So then I will time the kick So you want every kick to sound like. But if I don't hold it right, then it's not going to sound like that.
Right.
So basically kick when I tell you to kick.
Okay.
There. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Go. There you go. Go. We'll do it that way. As soon as you see it, then kick.
Sorry.
Alright, move back this way. Yeah. Yeah, you see that? Boom, right there. Yeah, that's how you want to spar. Like kick him in the face like that.
Alright. Sorry, everybody.
Because you got that speed, like that's exactly how you should kick. And everything is very, very like precise. So you cannot telegraph against somebody that knows what to do.
Right.
So you cannot telegraph. You have to basically just stand and then bam, just like execute it, like without like hesitation.
I think that's why I keep not resetting. I'm worried about the next move.
Yeah, like don't telegraph, don't hesitate, don't like stutter or anything. Just let it explode from there. And if you could get one of those in, then that's exactly how you want to spar eventually. All right, so the next one is we'll do the reverse hook kick. This one's harder. Okay, so it's gonna be coming this way. Yeah, should finish there. All right. Nice. It's not going to be as much power for this one. It's more like a specialty kick. But it really, you can catch them with it because they're not going to expect this one. They're both doing pretty good. Yeah, this one's harder. Okay.
So we're here.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. So for that one, you just have to learn how to like generate the power by going like this way and then rotating it back, you know, to get even extra power. It's like a lot of it is the body movement
Okay.
to get more power now. Other side.
Other side.
But you definitely want to work on getting better at, you get good at those kicks because that's one of your advantages right there for sure. Because you got flexibility and you have speed. So you can really get those kicks down. And then your punches are already hard. So that's easy. That's going to be easy for you.
Okay.
So you just really get good at the kicks. Yeah. Harder with that, or better with that punch. Like, don't be afraid to kind of lean in with that punch to get that extra power. Yeah, so wait till it comes up, okay? Wait till it comes up, yeah. I think part of the problem is like watching you hit the mitts and also observing you spar. Like you're like planning out in your head what to do before, like you're letting them determine what to do based on what their body position.
That's it. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening.
Yeah, so like meaning like you're kicking before I even bring it up.
Yeah.
So like if you're sparring and then you start doing all these techniques without even knowing what they're responding to, like look at them and look at what's open and go for what's open, opposed to just doing it, like let them determine what you're gonna do by the opening. So meaning when we're doing this, you're not supposed to kick until I bring it up. Even if I stand here for like 10 seconds or a minute, like you don't do it until you see it. So you want to train the responses to respond based on like where their hands are, how they're standing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So then, and then you just, because then that goes back to why you're wasting energy.
Yeah, I'm
Because
still
it's almost
paranoid
like
about not being ready.
it's almost like you're fighting yourself. Like you just keep doing shadow boxing, just punching and kicking, you just wearing yourself out. But if you just look at them, see if there's anything open. Okay, nothing's open, then I'm just gonna wait.
Right.
Wait till they punch. Oh, okay, there's an opening. Bam, and you execute. You know what I'm saying? Like they punch, and then when they punch, then you go boom, then you hit them.
Right.
And that's all you have to do. But for you, you're just doing all these techniques, and then you're not like paying attention to what they're doing, and then just save your energy for that explosive attack. Because all it takes really is like one of those kicks that's well executed could win the fight. Nothing more than that. Because that will lead up to everything else.
It's a better way to think about it.
Because once they get hit with that one kick, you can follow up with the punches and then it'll end the fight. So it's just like, imagine if you're sword fighting. Like there's no room for mistakes. They stab you once you're out.
Right.
Or you're dead. So then you have to be very, very precise with when you're gonna execute. You don't want to just keep going, just start flailing and stuff like that. And wasting energy and all that. Okay. So did we do both sides already?
I think so.
Alright, so go back to another easy kick. Just go with the rear, like that. So then it's just a rear front kick. Yeah. Next. Alright, when you stand, don't stand so much like that, but stand more like this and just kick directly from that. Because what you're doing, you're resetting like that, and then you're kicking like this, and you're going back to that, but I don't want that. So it's like here, right?
Sorry.
And then just like basically have the back leg out a little bit out more, and stand more like this. This is your beginning stance every time.
Like diagonal.
Yeah, diagonal. And then when you kick, just kick from that and then go back to the diagonal. Like don't bring that foot all the way back there. Like keep it out a little bit just sideward. But don't point it towards me either. Look how I'm standing. Stand how I'm standing. Right? Feet a little bit closer together, just a little bit. That should be how you stand all the time. And then you execute the kick, boom, and then go back. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, next.
This side.
Yeah.
This side.
Right leg forward.
Right leg forward.
So you're doing the same with what Kyo is doing. So basically, like, look at this line, for example. Like, when I'm standing on here, I don't want you standing like this. And I don't even want you standing like that. Like, basically, this will be, if this is here, then this will be here. It's like a little offset. It's not like completely like linear. So, like you see, like, I'm not like this. I'm like one step to the side, or like half a step to the side.
Okay.
Half a step. Not too much, because you see the problem with this, right?
Yes.
Everything's opening up. So look, if I keep going up, I mean, you think this is a good fighting stance?
Right.
No, like it's getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go the opposite direction. This is not, do you think this is a good fighting stance?
No.
No, so that's not good. This is not good. And even this is not good. You see why? Like we have to half a step to the side. Just a half, not anything more than that. So this basically lines up to the center of the rear, to the center of the rear. Like the toe lines up to the center. So literally like maybe like right there. That's how you should be standing every single time before you execute any technique. You understand?
Yes.
So then the whole thing is you're here, and then you execute, boom, and then you return back to that position. Because that's like that's the ready stance. Okay?
Yes.
power in the kick. And you're a little too close with the kick.
Okay.
So give yourself more room, like in between, and put more power into this one. There you go.
Again, I can feel like my center line.
Yeah, so then when you punch, don't be afraid to move forward, because you're almost like, you're acting as if you're glued to the ground.
Okay.
Like you have to, when you punch, boom, like move forward to punch.
Okay.
So it'd be like, bam, bam.
Okay.
Here, like that. That's how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Reset back after you kick, go back.
Reset back.
Yeah, you kick and then you punch, shuffling forward. Other side. Guard your face when you punch. So stand like this foot right there. And a little bit closer to your feet, a little bit. And then this one, more weight in the back, and then stand right there. So basically stand exactly how I'm standing, like this. And then when you execute the kick, then you go boom, and then you come back. Alright, I mean, these things are like very attentive to like details, because if you want to get better at like real good sparring, like every little detail counts. So that's why even the kids, like they don't understand like how important it is to like stand a certain way. They're just standing like this, and they're just kicking like this. You're not supposed to stand like that, you know. But it's like the attention to detail is important if you want to get to that level in sparring. It's gonna take them time. But like right now, he's standing like good. You see, like right here, this is lined up to the middle. That's what I want. But normally the kids might just stand like that. And then they kick like that. Like, no, it's not like that. It's here. Like this. And then when you kick, bang, like you could move your feet when you kick. Like you can move this and then kick, but then you gotta come back.
Right.
So I'm not saying that you just leave this here and kick like that. You gotta move that forward, because basically what they're doing, they're skipping a step by going like this and then like that, and they're just kicking. But you have to start from here and then do the transition back. But if they start like this is not a good way to start. Because like, say if I told you to do a backside kick, and then some people, they stand like this because they know, oh, that's what you want, so then I'll stand like that because then it'll be easier. You know? But you have to stand this way and then execute the backside kick from there. And then when you land, you're right back to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like technical things that kids don't think about, but this is what it takes if you want to get to that other level. Because there are people that, you know, like say you're doing like a cardio kickboxing to lose weight, they don't care about any technique, just throwing everything out there like this. Like, that's not martial arts, you know what I'm saying? Martial arts, everything's covered up. Even when you kick, you're supposed to kick like this. I'm guarding my groin area when I'm kicking. But they're not thinking about that either. You know, people just kick like this and just leave everything open. But it's supposed to be here, like that. It seems like a simple kick, but it's not so simple when you put all these things into it.
Right.
Even when you're punching, you keep dropping your hand. You're not supposed to drop your hand when you punch. You're supposed to punch with your hands up. So it's like here, I'm guarded, and then I kick, I'm guarding here when I'm kicking, and then when I'm punching, I'm still guarding my face. But you see, somebody's doing something wrong. They'll stand like this. You're not supposed to stand like that when you start. Then they'll kick, and then they'll punch like this. So everything counts, like every little thing. So you gotta like fix every little thing. Like the kick doesn't appear. It appears to be simple, but it's not as simple as it appears. Basically, you know, just to perfect a front kick, take a long time. you know?
Yeah. Sounds like a meditation quote.
Yeah. He's doing better though. Guard your face when you punch. That's better. But these details are so minute that it's so hard to teach it because people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's so many things to think
wrong
about.
1,000 times and then
Yeah.
gotta reteach yourself. Here.
So you see how you punch it?
Yeah,
Like I want you to come. I want you to come to me. Because basically, when you spar, they're gonna be moving all, everywhere. You see how it is. They don't just stay still.
Right.
So if you just punch like that, there's no way you're gonna get them. Because they're just not gonna walk into the punch. They're gonna be moving there. So a lot of times you have to kind of come after them with the punch. So right now you're in kicking distance. You just kicked, and then now the target's there. Can you get to it quick enough with power?
Right.
You know, because all it takes is for them just to move their head just a little bit, and then you're just gonna miss them. So you have to essentially kick, bam, and then boom, come in with a punch, and then come back out so they don't punch you.
Okay.
You know.
I did good.
Yeah, there you go. So you still have to work on standing correctly, because what you're doing, you're standing literally like this the whole time, which I don't want you to. It's supposed to be more like this.
Okay.
So that foot is getting too much back there.
Okay.
Because basically, like, this is a horse stance, right?
Right.
This is not how you're supposed to stand when you're fighting.
Okay.
It's a cat stance. A cat stance is this. Basically, you're supposed to do a cat stance. That's a cat stance. That's how you're supposed to be standing. But what you're doing, you're trying to kick from the horse stance. You're pretty much standing like this, and then you're trying to execute the kick from the horse stance.
Yeah,
that's
that's a better way for me to look at it.
Yeah, because then that's what's making you off balance. Because if you go like this and you try to kick from the rear, there's no balance there. But if I stand like this in a cat stance and I kick, there's all types of balance because this is how you're supposed to stand. So think about it. You're not supposed to be in a horse stance. It's a cat stance. Basically, the cat stance is the ready stance. When you do a horse stance and you say you punch, it's a horse stance, but it's still staggered.
Right.
Like, literally, like, rarely ever will we ever be completely linear like this. Rarely ever. It's usually kind of like a staggered cat stance. So the cat stance essentially is like lining up from here to here. That's the cat stance. See that? It's not a complete straight line like this.
Yeah, in yoga we do a lot of straight lines.
Yeah, that's probably
what
what it is, yeah. So that's from a tactical standpoint, this is why, for combat, this is why you stand like that. But when you talk about yoga and dance, it's different. You know, they have different things that there are, reasons why they do what they do.
Right with it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So bring it back, and then punch. Guard your face when you punch. There you go. Guard your face. See, the problem is, like, if I'm telling you right now verbally, are you good, to guard your face while we're doing the mitts and you don't do it, then it's like, you're not going to be good. You're not going to be ready for the sparring because then instead of them verbally telling you, they're just hitting you every time.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to follow like when I tell you directions, you have to learn to follow it and turn it into a habit. Because when you spar, they just don't talk. Rather than saying guard your face, they're just going to hit you.
Right.
And you why get hit in the face 20 times? You might as well just go back to the mitts and train yourself to get your hands up every time you punch.
Very true.
So like basically like when we work on this stuff and I tell you to do something, just follow the directions because that's going to help you get in this better at the sparring because it's no sense of getting punched in the nose 10 times to learn how to get your hands up. Just don't get punched in the nose at all and just listen to what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, the punch is coming, duck. Like come up. Like the punch is coming, duck. And you just keep ducking. You don't got to get hit like 100 times to learn, you know? All right, so the next kick, let's do the roundhouse kick. So go ahead and do that one all the way around. Right? Okay, so I'm going to hold the mitt like this. And then you're going to punch. Oh, yeah, not bad. Good. Nice, good. Guard your face. You see how your hands dropped all the time? Guard your face when you punch. There you go. Good. Next. Okay, so you see what's happening is when you're moving, the power of the punch is going away completely.
Okay.
So you have to learn how to move and put that power in by shifting. Because when you're standing still, you got a lot of power because you're putting that your body into it.
Right.
But now that I'm telling you to step and punch, you're literally stepping like that and punching, and the power is gone because you're not shifting your weight. You see what I'm saying? Like if I punch like this, there's no power. But when I tell you to not move, you're going bam, you're hitting it hard because you're putting your weight into it. But when I'm telling you to step, you're going like this instead of like this.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not putting your hip into it anymore.
Yeah, I'm just stepping.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why like when you're grounded and I'm like telling you to hit the thing, there's so much power there, but then when I'm seeing you spar, the power's all gone because you're trying to move and then you're not putting your weight into it when you move. So like when you punch, you gotta move and then throw the power in while you move. It's not just stepping forward and just going like that. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that too. Yeah, that was good, that kick and the punch. Breathe out. Yeah, yep. Your start point is still off your footwork, okay? Just pay attention to that too. And just stand a little further back in the kick because you get a little too close to me. Okay, next. So what you want to try to do is learn to get balance after you kick. Because what happens is you're kicking, and then sometimes you're like rocking off balance, and then you know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to kick, boom, stay in balance, and bam, come in forward. So that's just part of the practice. After you kick, think about first be balanced before the kick. During the kick, maintain balance. After the kick, maintain balance. You gotta try to be balanced throughout the whole thing. Sometimes you might be balanced before, during, and then after you lose balance, and you can sense that. Oh shoot, there's that lag. Because the punch is supposed to come immediately, but then there was that lag. It was just kind of like rocking back. Oh, let me get my bounce back, and then you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so, it's just like just pay attention to those when you work the moves. This is a different kick, so it's more challenging. It's called the roundhouse kick. You got to move all the way around, so it's not the same as just doing like a regular front kick. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just think about the kicks that we just did: front kick, reverse hook kick. Now we did the roundhouse kick, we did the rear front kick, so every kick was different. So you want to try to maintain balance throughout for all the kicks, right? All right, next. We got the other side, right?
Yes.
All right, so here.